Hello and welcome to a bit of a damp and drizzly day here in normally beautiful Nova Scotia. Early March. Doesn't know whether it wants to snow or it wants to actually rain. So I'm in the greenhouse doing some different bits and bobs. Those of you who've joined me before, welcome to the greenhouse again. Those of you who haven't joined me before, welcome to Nova Scotia and welcome to my channel, The Optimistic Gardener. My name is Steve Farley. So, as I said, damp and drizzly day, can't do a lot outside in the garden. It's too frozen anyway at this time of year. I've got all my seedlings going on here, as you can see. So I thought I'd do another couple of jobs. And one of the jobs I've been dying to do actually is take some pelargonium or geranium, or I think as their correct name is, pelargonium cuttings. I've got a nice bushy plant here. I've had this on my kitchen windowsill for all over winter time, and it's started to water it and get it going now. You know, I sort of gave it a bit of a rest period, but geraniums or pelargoniums don't actually have a dormant period, so now it's started to get itself going, nice and warm in a south-facing windowsill. Lots of growing bits here. I thought I'd take some cuttings, and cuttings is a really easy way of multiplying your geraniums, and they're normally really easy to take. In fact, you don't even actually need any hormone rooting powder as a rule, because the consensus from the experts, I think, is that if you use hormone rooting powder on geraniums, it more often causes a bit of rot. So I'm not going to do that today. So what do we need when we're taking geranium cuttings? Well, we need obviously a bushy mother plant, which we've got here. A couple of sharp knives to take the cuttings, and some receptacles with just basic multi-purpose compost will do. I've watered both of them up front. I thought I'd water the geranium just to give the plant a good saturation, ensure all the growing bits are nice and hydrated. So I gave that a bit of a water about half an hour ago, and I've given the compost a bit of a water. So I'm just using this little module tray here, and I should hopefully be able to get 6 or 7 cuttings off this plant anyway, and I'm just going to use this. We'll come on to that in a bit anyway. So first of all, we want to take some cuttings. So where do we want to take some cuttings from? Well, the strongest growing point of the actual geranium is towards the end, so you don't want a great big massively long cutting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cutting about 4 inches long. I'm going to take it above this actual growing point here, just above the leaf here. So a nice sharp knife, give it a cut. As you can see, I've taken it just above that growing point, and that leaves me with this cutting here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a load of cuttings, and then we can pot them up. So what have we got here? We've got another one here. That looks a good one. I'll take that there. And of course, you know, this is not going to kill the plant off, giving it a good haircut. This will get it to generate even more bushiness to take, so it will grow nice and bushy in the summer. And I can put this out once it starts to get warm, you know, once the danger of frost has gone. Right, here is another good one here, I think. What else? We've got one in the middle here. Yeah, that one I do. And this one here, I think. There we go. I could probably get one more out. Right. Let's go with what we got. Right. So, as you saw, I took it above the growing point, and the reason we're doing just above, we don't want to leave a big stick above the growing point here, because it will just rot off, which could cause rotting in the plant. So we've cut it nice and short up against there, and then that will start to grow new branches off there anyway. So that's good for the plant itself. Now, the actual cutting, what we're going to do is we're going to take another cut just below a growing point, just below this little leaf here and the branch itself, because all the hormones for actual growing coming out of the plant are at the base of each of these branches and the little leaves that we have here. So we want to take a sharp knife. If we can get this sharp knife just below here and cut. So we've got this cut, and then what we're going to do is we're going to snap off these leaves all the way up, or quite a lot of the way up, because right now it's starting to lose water. The plant is losing water, it hasn't got roots to take up water. So what we want to do is remove quite a few leaves, but we want to leave a few leaves obviously to allow it to go. We also want to get rid of these small leaves, and I can't remember the name of them actually off the top of my head, but let's remove these, the ones that are going to go below the earth, so that they don't rot off. And there we have our little plant. I'm going to take the pencil, and all I'm going to do is push that in nice and tight. And there we have a little cutting. Now, we're not going to get 100% of these cuttings. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But I'll be happy with what I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll be happy with 3 out of the 5 would be good for me, because I mean they're quite expensive, aren't they? Plants nowadays. One this size is going to be $6 or $7. So once we take this cut, and we've got a good $20 worth of plants, I think. So again, let's have a look at this one here. Going to take it just below the branch, the leaf node. Ooh, I'll split that a bit. I'm going to take that a bit further up again. There we go, just below the leaf node. Let's pull these off. Take one more. Take these little leaves off. Get that in there like that. Right, I'm going to cut the rest of these and then I'll come back to you after I've finished. Okay, so that is the 5 plants done. 5 cuttings at the moment, not plants. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this somewhere nice and warm. They're from South Africa, they like it nice and warm. You know, this is a summer plant, so let's put it somewhere nice and warm, out of direct sunlight, and in a couple of weeks' time, these should have rooted. So I'm going to put these away for a couple of weeks and come back, hopefully in a few seconds, to you to see how we got on. Well, good morning and welcome back. It's been about 3 weeks, I think, since I left you a second ago. Here are our lovely plants, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I've had a look underneath and I can see a couple of roots here and there, nothing major. I could give it another week really, but I'm like a bit like a kid at Christmas. I want to see what's going on. So on the top here, we've got some nice bit of growth, as you can see, coming through. So it looks like they're doing something and they haven't died off or anything. I have kept them in a warm, out of some place for a couple of weeks, and in the last week, when I've seen they've got, you know, a nice bit of growth there, I've put them on my windowsill in the sun, nice and in the kitchen, nice and warm, to keep them going. So let's have a little look to see what we've got here, shall we? So I'm just going to use my pencil to, which one shall I do? This one here, I think, to lever it out to see what's going on. I've also filled 5 little pots with just ordinary potting compost, nice and damp, ready to take them. So lever this out gently. Oh look, if you can see there, a nice bit of growth, some roots there. So that one has definitely taken. So that's a bit of a bonus. Well, it's not really a bonus, it's what I was trying to do in the first place, wasn't it? But it's always good to see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little hole in here, place it into about the sort of height it was when I had it. Let's get it a bit. I'm going to press the compost down slightly firmly, place it in a bit of an indentation, and I've got some more. Where's the other compost? Got some more here. Let's hold this gently, fill it up, and just firm around it. I'll give that another bit of a drink after I've done it, after I've finished all these, just to make sure that they've got enough water in it. Right, let's have another look. It's like Christmas, isn't it? What have we got this time? Have a look. So again, just gently lever out from the bottom. Here we go. Yep, and there's some more. Another one with a nice bit of growth, as you can see. So that's good. 2 out of 2. Right, let's get this one in. And the sun is coming out outside. It's been a very rainy few days and got nice and, I'll say nice, not very nice and cold again. Even though we're on Easter Saturday today. So there we go. That's another one. Right, let's have a look at one more. Let's try this one here. Oh, look at that one. That one's a beauty. See there, a nice bit of root growth there. Right, let's get this one in. Let's get one in this big pot. Sit that one in just like that. Get a bit of earth. Very nice. Right, I'm going to finish these couple off here and then I'll come back to you. So, there we go. 5 geraniums, stroke pelargoniums, for the price of 1. In fact, sorry, 6, including the original. And I'll probably be able to take a few more off that when it starts growing again, as we get into springtime now. But I'm going to keep these in somewhere nice and warm. Starting to introduce them to the sunshine a bit now, and these will grow on in this pot until I'm ready to put them in a basket or another pot, etc. Obviously, we'll be waiting until the frosts are over. So here, probably at least the first week in June before I'll be letting these stay out overnight. But a bargain, like I said. An extra 5 plants for the price of 1 plant. Really easy, as you saw, to take the cuttings. Job's a good one.